So, this is what you've been up to these days. Aren't you even a little bit ashamed? You had to make it everyone's problem when you left. Now you're just continuing to do things you knew were f***ed up, just behind closed doors, as if I'm not still watching you. Hey all you cool creatures, I'm Cryptid. Welcome to the CryptidPlays YouTube channel, and today we are playing SnowMan, which is a submission to the RPG Maker Horror Game Jam number 7, but what this is a tale about a man on the mountains, not knowing how lonely he'd feel in the icy landscape. There's only one ending, and with that out of the way, let's get started. Warning: this game contains the following material: mild swearing, mild blood, flickering lights, and censored homophobic comments. You were warned. So, you're going out on your own, huh? Scary stuff. It'll be a long time without seeing another person. Times sure are tough, huh? You'll be able to hunt your own game up there at least. Get some decent money for that if you venture back down to civilization. It's a cheap cottage, you said. Well, you still need warmth. You'll need a way to pay to keep the lights on and all. But tell me, is all of this really worth it? Won't you go mad with loneliness? Like it or not, there are people who'd miss you. It's up to you to believe that or not. Don't be so bitter. Fine, be out in the same weather as you're acting right now. Ice cold. Don't be surprised then if no one comes to look for you. You're the one who cast away society to live on your own. So don't cry about how no one cared. Good luck. Far? Maybe far. Cute. My TV, it only gets a few local channels. I mostly use it for weather alerts. Not very practical to keep on the floor, but I'm not sure I care too much. A bookcase with lots of reading material about forestry and the local fauna. There's also books on outdoor survival. The stovetop. I don't cook very often, so this is pretty clean. The fridge. I'm going to need to get some food soon. a portrait of my father and I when I was young. I don't have a very happy face on. I wish I could have been more appreciative before he passed. That's sad. My trusty alarm clock. It'll be a pain in the ass once the batteries for this run out. A decorative bowl. My shotgun. I use this to hunt local fowl, like pheasants. Despite having this, I still feel somewhat anxious when sleeping at night. He'd just call me a coward anyway, right? Wardrobe with some more of my clothes inside. Washing clothes up here has been a hassle, but nothing I can't handle. The view of the forest can be seen out this window. I dislike looking out there for too long. I start to think I can see something. A list of supplies I know I'll need to get next time I go into town. Wood, lighter fluid, maybe some alcohol. A journal I was keeping when I first got up on the mountains. There's not much to do or talk about doing up here, so there's only 2 or 3 entries. More survival guides and ways to prepare game, as in hunting. I wish it weren't so messy sometimes. This is nice. No trespassing. I put this up just as a forewarning. But I don't think I'd do much if someone did end up wandering out here. Not that I've seen anyone around here. There's pheasants about around here. They've provided a decent source of meat for the past few weeks. Being out in the cold pricks my ears and the back of my nose. It was hard to get used to at first, but I'm the one who decided to move out here. This is a clearing that some fauna usually like to gather for one reason or another. Doesn't seem to be the case today. A canopy of trees surrounds the sky just a bit. Forests always make me feel anxious. Fear of the unknown. Fear of some big animal making a meal out of me next. Again though, I'm the one who wanted this. I have to live with that fear. Maybe it's what keeps me feeling alive. I suppose you did want this. I'm not sure I'd move to the forest alone. I don't usually like to wander about. It's dangerous up on the mountains. During the daytime, it's not so bad. I'm already alone in my house. What's the point in being alone all the way out here? Maybe I was just getting curious. Bored, most likely. It's a bit more dense around this area. All this hard work getting up here would be for nothing if I end up freezing to death. No one would even be able to find me. I try not to think of things like that. It gets pretty exhausting. After all, I came here to get away from things that already made me feel bad. Why poison this new life I've decided to live? This obviously wasn't my first choice. By the way, I am sorry if my voice seems a little odd. I've been sick, so I'm getting over it now, but my voice is still a bit, weak. I didn't want it to come to this. You made sure I didn't stick around. Did you think I would just keep putting up with your crap? I already know what you'd say if you heard me right now. You'd say, Var, if you keep talking like that, I'll give you a reason to complain. And probably hit me anyway, just because. To prove a point about how much more of a man you are, please. You acted like you were doing me a favor, letting me move way out in the middle of nowhere without telling anyone you were sick. I had to hear it from Mom the last time I went to town for supplies. She said he didn't want you to stay for his sake. As if that was ever a suggestion. Thinking I'd stick around even after hearing that. I don't know. Maybe I would have. You never even gave me the choice anyway. Aren't you happy? I'm still thinking about you, even after everything that's happened. After all I've been through. Who cares though, right? Sending me off with that kind of expression on your face. Calling me bitter and cold. I should be happy too. I should be. Yet, I've never felt more alone in my entire life. And then I met him way out in the middle of nowhere. The first person I've seen on the mountains. It felt new. It felt exciting and terrifying. Excuse me, miss? Are you lost? Oh, I'm not. I'm just taking a bit of a walk. I see. I feel Sir would have been a better title. I'm sorry? Oh, I didn't mean... That's all right. It's an honest mistake. I don't really mind, though. I don't think I've ever seen another person around here till today. I'm Var. I live a bit up the slope, south of here. Oh, that cottage is yours, then. I recall some activity going on a while ago. Welcome. Sorry for the commotion, but thanks for the welcome. You, Bora. Eh? My name. It's Bora. Ah, I see. Nice to meet you then, Bora. That's how it started. A simple greeting. Bora is. I wouldn't know it yet, but for some reason, living out in the middle of nowhere didn't seem so lonely. I didn't know I could feel something other than bitterness. Cold and unfeeling like you told me I was. I didn't know that life could feel this warm. And so we talked for quite a while, actually. I'm a fool for not realizing it sooner, that I had been starved for company. So, what are you doing way out here? I could ask you the same thing. True. It's just... I've been up here for a few months now, and I haven't seen anyone else around here till today. I mean... Oh, me too. What? Oh. Huh. So you mean me? Does that really count? I mean, you're a person, aren't ya? Sorry, I don't mean to be cheeky. I guess we must have been on different schedules. Missed one another in our daily activities. That's a possibility too. Then, what are you doing? Huh? Out here, I mean. What brought you way out in the mountains? I was born out here in the mountains. Oh? So you're from the village nearby? You could say that. It's a nice place. I go there to get supplies on occasion. You didn't answer me. Huh? About why you moved here. I didn't answer because I felt uncomfortable. What's so funny? You are one of those honest types. I feel anyone else would have felt the awkward atmosphere. Then, I guess I'm unlike anyone else. innocent enough. The conversation, rather. Was I just desperate for anyone's attention? I don't know. I'd like to think he was special, though. Speaking so boldly, without much regard for awkward moments or nuance, maybe he was just as conversationally starved. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I was happy. Parting ways for the evening, I saw him off. Not remembering the kindling I knew I'd forget to collect when the sun was out. I need to collect kindling for the fireplace. Don't really feel like freezing tonight. Twigs. Anything like that should be good, or at least a feather stick. I don't like it, but I'll have to go outside for it. At night. 4 twigs or so should do it. Oh, okay. Let's go then. Oh no. Got a twig. This music is, very eerie. I wonder if he saw this and decided against coming nearby. Yet again, setting myself up for isolation from even the smallest chances I'd get to see another human way up here. But I wanted this life. I wanted to be alone. Or so you thought. Since it's so late and dim, I shouldn't wander much farther than this area. Better to be safe than sorry. Oh dear. Got a twig. Oh, it's so dark. You can't even see him. I think it's just a black screen with the twigs on it. There we go. That should be enough for kindling. I'd better head back. Ooh. Hello? Despite meeting the other day, I wasn't super optimistic about being able to see him again. Or maybe I'm just saying that to convince myself otherwise. So when I saw him again, I wonder what expression I had on my face. Hello? Good morning. Hope it's all right I let myself onto your property. Of course. I guess I keep that there for other people. Other people? Do you get visitors often? I wouldn't say so. Call it a precaution, I guess. Well, am I a bother? No, I'm glad. You are? What for? I was wondering if I'd get to talk to you again. Oh, was I too bold in that moment? I was afraid of being overbearing. Needy like an abandoned dog with separation anxiety. Could he tell? More importantly, did I care? Throwing caution to the wind in a pathetic attempt to prevent being alone again. Over and over again I told myself, like a mantra, you came here to escape everything else. Everybody else. Yet here I was, happy to see the first person who'd give me the time of day. Could it have been anyone? I don't know. I'd like to think he was special. I see. Then I'm glad as well. What the hell came over me? Was it his tone? His face? Was it that really all it took? Feeling like this, like a child on the playground, having their first confession. I felt my heart soar. It's not like it had even been that long since I saw another human. I see people often enough in the village. Yet he, Bora, was so... I'm going to make something warm to drink. How about you? Sure. Thank you. Though you needn't go through the trouble. It's no trouble. Who doesn't like to warm up in the cold? Right. It's nice being warm. Why did he say it like that? I mean, I assume maybe he's not human? Calm down. You're not in high school anymore. What was I? Oh, right. Drinks. I went to the stovetop. Okay. Time to heat up the teapot. Alright, press Z, enter spacebar repeatedly. Okay. Looks like it's ready. Don't have to mess with this anymore. Here you are. Thank you. Yes? Oh, nothing. Is that right? You don't have to be so nervous. Nervous? What are you thinking? Right now, I don't... I'm thinking about how I didn't have much of a plan. Moving way out here, some people in my life made things very difficult for me back where I used to live, and so I decided to leave. Start fresh, I guess. Don't ask me why I chose the mountainside. Maybe I wanted to be especially sure no one would try to follow me. I say that, but I know I probably felt more like I wanted to make it an obstacle. Make it more difficult for others to try and find me. Because that way, I'd know maybe I was worth it. Worth the effort to find. Worth the effort to want to, I don't know, be seen, be remembered. I know it's selfish. Expecting, yet not expecting someone to make the effort. Even though I'm the one who decided to leave, have a tantrum and be alone. I see. That sounds hard. People shouldn't make you feel like you should escape, like you'd be better off somehow. I think then you'd end up making yourself feel lonely on purpose. Because if that someone doesn't make the effort to find you, then you'd know for sure in your heart that they probably didn't think you're worth it. Or something like that. You think so? Like I'd be making it worse for myself by being more reclusive? Even if that person made it clear they never wanted to see me again? Clearly you cared a lot for them. And they didn't feel the same way. Or they made you feel like you were a burden. Which isn't fair. Not that I'd know what any of it was about, or the context. Maybe I'm out of line. But I don't think it's a bad thing to want someone you used to care for to care about you back. He's not coming back. He can't. But a part of me wishes that he would. If only to prove to me that he really cared or really hated me. Resented me for being who I am. For being what I am. A sliver of hope in this stupid mess I've made myself get into. I wouldn't know what I'd say to him. He made life very difficult. I didn't make it easy either. I don't get it, really. Why I let it bother me so much. He's not here to torment me anymore, or chastise, or insult, or hurt me. Not that he did that last part as much as I aged. Grew out of even wanting to punish me properly. Maybe I just wasn't ready to grow up. That could be a part of his issue. Another part of me thinks he'd never be happy for me, even if things were different. Find a way to make it an inconvenience. Me being a better kid. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on such a triad. That might mean a tirade. I think this meant tirade right here. But still, don't be. I don't mind. It felt nice being heard, being seen. I felt selfish. I think he made sure I could feel that way. I wish I could have prodded for more out of him. Learn more. Think more. Forget anything else. Holding my hand in comfort. His hand was warm. What is he? Thank you again for listening to me drone on. Of course, it wasn't droning. I wanted to listen. I'm happy to have been someone you could confide in. Still, I appreciate it all the same. Well, the sun's going down soon. I have to go for now, but I hope we can talk again. About that, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind. That is to say, if you're not doing anything tomorrow evening, you're free to come by again. I'll cook something. Sure. I think I'd like that. It sounds nice. Great. It'll give me a chance to make it up to you, too, for talking your ear off. Whether you think I was being annoying or not. I like listening to you, though. You have a nice voice. I want to know more about you, too. Listen to you. Know who you are. We talked a lot, but I know it was mostly me. I want to do better. To know others better. I wouldn't mind that either. Though I don't think I have much to talk about myself. I don't think I'm very interesting. I do. Thank you. I'll see you then. Tomorrow? It's a date. Got it. That was the plan. I was beyond excited. Before anything, though, I had to get the food ready. It looks like a white feather. He better not be a bird. So, this is what you've been up to these days. Aren't you even a little bit ashamed? You had to make it everyone's problem when you left. Now you're just continuing to do things you knew were fucked up, just behind closed doors, as if I'm not still watching you. You're not here. It doesn't matter anymore. I moved on. Is that what you're telling yourself now? Just because some girly boy decided to bat eyes at you? Knock it off. You're just proving me right. You're a disappointment. Why couldn't you just be a regular guy, huh? Suddenly everyone and their grandma is thinking bad thoughts and being a... You can probably guess what that says. What the fuck is this world coming to? Don't you have any shame? You're probably making your mother sob her eyes out. Like you would know. Too busy being out and drinking. Where the hell were you, huh? Right, that's definitely me. Maybe if I'd been around more, you'd be less of a fucking disaster. But no, you just had to be one of them. My own flesh and blood. You're a disgrace. Sure. Call me whatever you want. I already left. And you're already dead. And now that I think I can have a break from you, you rear your ugly head like you always do. Always right there waiting for me to f*** up, just so you can rub it in. I'm just not allowed to be happy to you, am I? I was a disappointment back home, so I left. And you followed me here. You never f***ing left me alone. You want to make sure I stay as miserable as you were, don't you? Maybe I am. Or I was. And now that there's the very idea of me being happy in any small sense of the word, you show up again, snatching away any happiness I wish I could have. You didn't want me happy. It was a burden. Your child. Being happy. Taking it all out on someone else because your own life was so full of regret. But I decided to be different, as you so put it. But I'm here now, and you're not. I don't know why I even thought I'd miss you. That small version of me who used to look up at you for guidance. You threw him to the side like any other bottle you downed to forget the rest of us. I did miss you, Dad. When I needed you. And you denied me. You rejected me. Because I wasn't the shining, flawless vision you projected onto me since my birth. I wouldn't have ever made you happy, no matter what I did. I wish I could feel okay. I wish I could pretend to have happy memories, or even shut out all the bad ones. I try to. You wouldn't know what to say to that, would you? Or maybe I'm the one who wouldn't know what to say to you after the fact. At least that's one thing you passed on to me. Your cowardice. I'll try to live out of spite, as if you didn't beat the hopefulness I once had out of me. Maybe it is stupid. Maybe it is embarrassing and selfish and weird and even wrong. But it's not your life to live. This is mine. You had your chance and you threw it away. And I ran. I ran from it. From you. And someone found me. Someone sees me. Out here in the snow. Alone. Someone will miss me, you said, right? I wouldn't know who else would. I never believed you did. I have things to do. I don't need you around me or my life anymore. I wish I realized that sooner. Call it whatever you want. You're still disgusting. I guess I am. Food. I need to hunt for it. Pheasants should be around. Okay. My gun is in my room. Take the gun? Yeah. There's only one ending, so whatever happens, happens. That's strange. Usually, this area is crawling with pheasants. Maybe they're somewhere nearby. There's another white feather. Yeah. Another one. Maybe they've gathered in the clearing. I think the pheasants might have gathered in the clearing to the west. I'll check it out first. Come on. Don't shoot that one. It's gonna be Bora. Oh. It must not have noticed me yet. Good. Sneaking up on it might be easy enough. It's gonna be Bora. Yes? Oh, that's our only option. Okay. Looking back, I should have known. I should have. I dared to believe things could be different, that I could do something for myself without regret. I'm a fool. My ears rang from the gunshot, echoing out in the vastness of the mountains around me. In an instant, it was over. Never before had I felt any kind of remorse for hunting for sustenance, killing to live. Yet then, in the clearing, I felt something in my gut, something disgusting and sad. The white pheasant lay at my feet. I hadn't seen one this color before. His eyes were red. His eyes. His beautiful eyes. I didn't know. I didn't know. I never knew. I don't know anything. I never knew. Not until it was too late. I don't want to finish this. I'm getting really upset. Preparing the meat shouldn't have felt the way it did. It didn't usually feel like that. It was normal before. For some reason or another, I couldn't keep my eye on the head, sloughing off the countertop and onto the floor. Cleanup was equally as bad. I nearly got sick. I want to get sick. Over and over. The next day came and went. So did the next and the next. He never came. I didn't know where else to look, but I knew. I knew it was too good to be true. I think I recall some kind of story about a figure in the snow. Offering them a hot drink or meal could be good luck. Another story about a person living with their spouse who could produce beautiful silk. The spouse would turn out to be a heron, a crane, some beautiful creature, something ethereal, something impossible. I dared not open the fridge again. I don't think I ever could. Never again. Never. Just like my heart would never again recover. I dared to dream. I dared to feel. Hot tears pricking my face and nearly freezing in the icy wind. Bittersweet. No, it was anything but. It was pure bitterness. Maybe I deserved this in the end. Are you happy? Happy I found something to fill my bitter, cold heart, only to have it ripped from my hands. I ripped it apart myself. My own happiness torn apart, cut up and stuffed in a fridge like a piece of meat. He wasn't. A fool. I'm a fool. Bitter and lonely. Alone. All alone. All alone is all I'll ever be. Standing at the cliffside, I let the snow pile up on my shoulders. I couldn't feel a thing. My hands pricked. I couldn't feel my fingers. At some point it felt very hot, but I still felt so tired. Someday, I'd like to believe that someday we can meet again, and maybe I'll do better. Maybe I'll be less selfish. Maybe I'll deserve happiness next time. Maybe you'll be able to live a longer life. Covered in snow, you were a jewel. I ripped you away from ever having a chance to be cherished, the way I so desperately wanted to show you. I wonder, in the end, would you forgive me? If I see you again, will you hold my hand again and tell me it's okay? Ice cold. My heart felt like coal. Yet the memory I had of your beautiful face was enough to make me feel warm, even for a second before I closed my eyes. I'm so sorry. But I'm not sorry for falling in love with you. Before I do my outro, I'm just gonna thank my channel members real quick. Thank you so much to my channel members for your support. Not only does it help me, it helps the channel grow and the videos keep coming. I truly appreciate it. That was sad. I mean, I didn't think this was going to have a happy ending, but I didn't realize it was going to be so tragic. I liked it. It felt like a fairy tale. I'm not sure I would call it horror, maybe mildly, but definitely felt like a fairy tale. Poor Bora. Hell, poor Var. I hope maybe they meet again in some other life and can live happily, but oh, when I saw the white pheasant, I was like, yeah, we shouldn't be shooting that. That's especially because Bora was leaving white feathers. I mean, I knew what the twist was going to be as soon as I saw a feather. I'm like, oh no, that's not going to be good. But yeah, that was tragic, but it was a good story. I do wish it had a happier ending. It's so hard to have a single ending and have it be sad. Anyways, before I ramble on too long, if you made it this far, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video in spite of me still getting over being sick. And if you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me but you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye.